Gardening provides so many opportunities for learning. At one North Shore school, they are starting the process very early with a schoolyard plot called the kindergarten. We'll take you there and also bring in some of our friends from the Arrowhead Home and Builders show at the deck this weekend on this edition of Great Gardening Straight Ahead.
Every tree has a moment when it shines.
That's called moneywort or creeping Jenny.
You can go in and do a rejuvenating pruning.
Forage and feed for our native pollinator population.
A garden really gives you peace of mind.
Hello and welcome to Great Gardening. I'm Pamela Fish. Tonight we'll see how a plot of dirt is fertile ground for the minds and bodies of 5-year-olds. And we share questions from gardeners who stopped by to see us at the home show. Our favorite experts on plant life are here: Tom Casper, local garden professional, and Bob Olin, an area horticulturist, and educator, both back at the table for our first show of the season. We're all excited about it.
Well, and we're going to talk about the home show, but it's funny. A lot of people even asked me last night, is this show really live? and if you would have seen just a couple minutes ago.
Tom, all right, let's cut Tom off.
And now we're here.
And here we are, and we're ready to go, and it really feels like gardening weather out there.
Oh, we're off to an early start.
Yeah.
Springtime weather. We'll see if it continues, but we are off to an early start.
Yeah, great. Okay. And we have our phone volunteers from St. Louis County, the Master Gardeners. They are here, and they're standing by to answer all your called-in questions. So please give them a call at the numbers there on your screen, and they will get those questions to us for on-the-spot answers this half hour. Okay, now, do we have the signs of the season? I know Ted shot some video just a little bit ago, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get to that tonight, but there it is. And how do you like that, guys?
Ooh,
it's
nice.
Open water, crocuses are up. It's spring out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's face
and
it.
some tiger lilies already about a foot tall. Wow, whoever grew those knows what they're doing.
Ted did. Don't tell anybody, but Ted grew them.
Accidental gardener.
Okay. And now we're going to talk about the home show because as you know, we were there last night. We've got our booth set up down there, and it's a really fun time at the Arrowhead Home and Builders Show. Lots of nice friends stop by to say hi and ask questions. We're going to have those questions coming up in just a bit, and we also want you to know we have Master Gardener volunteers at our booth in the Lake Superior Ballroom all weekend long to answer garden questions. So stop up to see them. And then, of course, Tom, you will be back there again for some special sessions. You want to tell us about what's going on?
Yeah, I got a couple of seminars coming up this weekend, one at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, choosing the right annuals for your containers, easy and rewarding, and then organically growing on Saturday at 2 o'clock. So
look how professional you look in that picture,
I
huh?
was so much younger then.
Only a couple of years.
Yeah, only 2 weeks ago. Yeah, always younger.
That'll be really interesting, though, and I hope you have a good turnout for those. Okay, now one other thing about Tom, and it's that there are some new arrivals at your place.
Yeah.
We're going to see a picture of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
they are adorbs. Look at those little baby goats.
So the goats have had some babies, so those were just born this morning. And of course, part of our mission at our greenhouse is to be really environmentally conscious and organically sound. And these goats are part of that mission and are going to be there for kids to enjoy this spring and see and touch and all sorts of things. So fun little addition.
Are you going to milk them or anything?
I'm not.
No, thank you. You're only carrying this so far, right?
Yes.
And don't they eat weeds and help take care of
Yep.
the property and stuff?
Yeah, really, there's a big movement on using goats, even in commercial settings as organic lawn control or mowing of lawns. And I know several airports are using goat herds in certain areas to control their grass populations.
Well, those baby ones couldn't be cuter. All right. Okay, thanks, Tom. Well, at the Minnehaha Elementary School in Two Harbors, there's a plot where some spring bulbs are sprouting, and so are the little people who planted them.
the soil. What kind of plants do you guys think we should put in our garden?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes? What else?
Tomatoes.
Broccoli.
Oh, corn.
It's so important for them to understand where their food comes from. So this is one way that we can plant some vegetables and show how they grow and then incorporate it possibly into their school lunch. We are located in 2 harbors and we are Minnehaha Elementary. This is a kindergarten, so all of our kindergarteners are building the garden from the ground up.
They've been planning it, learning about gardens. I think they've got big plans for flowers, edibles, and pollinators. And so they're going to be learning about the natural world. My name is Tracy Gilsvik, and I'm with a statewide health improvement program in Lake County. Well, I think across the state and actually across the nation, schools are learning that school-based agriculture provides a great tool for learning. It's really not just about here's how you grow food, but it's when children are young, they can use a garden to learn about anything.
This fall we're going to plant some bulbs. So in the spring we should have a beautiful garden full of tulips and daffodils. We're also going to be planting some flowers to attract butterflies, and they can learn about pollinators, and then in the spring we're going to plant some vegetables, and then we're going to also plant some more plants that'll come up year after year. Bugs, we can incorporate the weather, colors, shapes, patterns. The possibilities are endless for learning.
As kids are older, they can learn about biology, ecology, conservation. It's a tool that is kind of endless what students can learn with a garden.
The plan is to watch the garden grow, again to observe, to study about the different kinds of plants and flowers. And we're going to do some journaling and having the kids write about what they see and just enjoy the garden together.
They're having a great time, and this is the scene there now. That was last fall, and now the daffodils are coming up. Got these pictures several days ago, so they're probably up higher than this right now. Some master gardeners are going to be helping the children plant seeds this month, and then they will transplant them into their new bed in May. So should be a great ongoing learning experience for those kids.
Kids of all ages just enjoy playing in the dirt.
Yeah, and another great example of what this show does to get the community in touch with what's happening around us that are good things, kids learning to garden and care for the earth,
right.
A long-lasting impression.
It's great fun to find stories like that and to be able to go and talk to them about what they're up to. Speaking of which, we talked to a lot of people at the home show last night. Tom was there answering some questions and reeling them in to go on camera with us. So here's our first question that we're going to share with you from Sandy.
I was wondering on tomato plants, what do you snip off to help keep them a little bit lower to the ground instead of having them grow so tall?
It's a good question. You start basically with what we call a determinate plant as your best choice. So you can work with your local greenhouse and get something that isn't going to grow too tall. Most of the time when we talk about pruning to suckers, we're taking off all these small little suckers that emerge from the leaf axil, and we're going to grow to a couple of stems. We let one of them grow, and then we perhaps have a double stem. But again, you don't want to just top them. You're better off starting off with a plant that naturally grows just a little bit shorter, called a determinate as opposed to an indeterminate.
And it says that right on the label.
In the fine print, no. I'll tell you, you can look at the plant and you can determine that, because an indeterminate will, the most distal or farthest portion of the tip will actually be green leafy tissue, and a determinate will actually end in a flower or in a fruit. So when they grow a little bit, you can actually determine that, whether they're going to be a determinate or an indeterminate.
All right. Okay, Sandy, you got that? Now we're going to move on to Deb, who had a question about trees.
So I have a question about living out in the country. We have trees that seem like they're fairly old, and they're balsams, a lot of them, and some popples that went down in the windstorms last year. And I'm just wondering, with climate change, what is a good variety of tree to plant and maybe something that's deer resistant.
Well, Deb, as a fellow Bismarck, North Dakota graduate,
I know, that was so cool.
I'm not going to say the year, Deb.
Bismarck, what do you know about trees?
Yes. We each had one. A great choice for that, and she talked a little bit that she has some soil conditions and some issues with low damp areas, and we talked about spruce, black spruce or white spruce, and a situation like that. Certainly something that the deer generally aren't attracted to or won't have problems with, so we talked about spruce being a great choice for that. So.
Okay, great.
Probably one of the few. Everything else you need to protect, at least till it gets above the browsing range.
For the deer. All right.
Black spruce, white spruce, and Norway spruce. Those would be the big three that will do really well in this area.
Okay. Next question coming from Eve.
I got all these really cool lavender plants from this really neat greenhouse. I think it might have been yours.
Could have been.
And I brought them inside. When I put them back outside, how do I ensure that they flower? What can I do to make my lavender plants keep growing?
Well, that's yours, Tom. You
Thank
take that
you,
one.
Eve. Great friend. And we talked about it, and I congratulated her because she bought the lavender last year, grew it in containers, and then brought it in the house and was able to actually see it continue to grow and flourish in the house, which is really a challenge, taking it from that outside environment to inside. But so what she'll want to do now as our temperatures start to warm is slowly start acclimating that, bringing it out into a shady spot and then slowly bringing it into a sunnier spot over a couple of week period of time, and then increasing the water as she does that as well. So.
Okay. Here's a question from Marty.
I'm embarrassed to tell you that I have all these shrubs outside my house, bushes, and I keep getting advice to trim them down a lot in the fall, but I kind of don't get around to it ever. So my question is, could I trim them now?
You know, we don't know what she has really.
We do,
specifically.
actually.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we have pictures. So we're going to take a look at what she has. Now this one, let's see, Tom, she said it was sticky.
So in the foreground, it looks like potentilla.
Okay, okay. So when do we cut that, prune it back?
Well, right now I'd say most of what you prune in the fall, you could prune in the spring. It's some of those things where we have to be careful. If you see lush green tissue with buds, those shrubs you don't want to prune in the spring because they're going to leaf out and flower for you. But anything that has already died back and was prunable in the fall, if this isn't potentilla, then you could prune that just about at ground level. They take a pretty harsh pruning.
And then she had one other one that we
Yeah, right.
thought was a...
And that looks like a purple leaf sand cherry, I think, when we tried to get a little closer.
A little
to
closer
it.
look at it,
okay.
yeah. When would we prune that?
You know, that's going to kind of depend. If you got a lot of woody tissue and if it's still pliable, she has to be a little bit careful there. So here, you know, you don't want to prune at ground level. She'll want to come back, and pruning as soon as possible is going to be good, but prune back to one of those plump buds. And maybe there you want to take just about a third of it down from the exterior. But anytime you've got larger woody stems like that, for the most part, you don't want to prune them at ground level. They're not really considered a cutback shrub like the potentilla would be.
And that's a great example of one of those things when the landscape was installed, and she purchased the house with the plants where they're at, and one of those where it was planted way too close to the foundation of the house. So.
Okay.
You might say if that's an obstacle, this would be a great time to move it as well. So she could prune it back a third or so, and then because we're losing a little root system when we're pruning, she might want to really move that out a little bit farther. Maybe just a little bit beyond the drip line of the roof.
Okay, Marty, you have an even bigger project to consider.
Always aim to help.
Okay, well, we'll have more questions from the home show and also from our viewers who are calling in right now in just a bit. But gardening with a partner has its ups and downs. And this week, we take you on a tour where a couple has been growing together for decades.
We're Dave and Doris Walter. We live in the Congdon neighborhood, and we welcome you to our garden.
We lived here 27 years. So
It's
we've been
evolved.
gardening here for 27 years. Overall, we've been married 60 years, so we've been gardening 60 years, but in different locations. One thing we've tried to do is improve the color so that the colors start in the spring and hopefully they'll keep moving through the summer and into the early fall, so we always have some kind of color.
The yard slants this way so much, so we put kind of a wall back there and tried to build it up so it's a little flatter.
We've expanded this quite a bit. It used to be kind of just a narrow band along here, so we kind of widened and did a little landscaping so it isn't straight, but a little curve to it. That's Northwoods maple.
We planted this 10 years ago. On our 50th anniversary, we planted this one, and I guess we didn't realize it would be that shady. And so the ferns do well in that area. They come up all over. We plant some stuff in pots and sometimes stick them where it needs some color. We've got some cosmos back there.
As Doris will tell you, she suggested a number of years ago that we put window boxes on the garage, and after a few years, I guess it kept rolling around my mind. I thought, well, maybe they wouldn't look so bad, so I built window boxes and put them up, and you know what? I think they look all right. And we added the garden shed too.
It was just a cement slab under there, so Dave built the garden shed. And that's a really wet spot. So a couple years ago, we got this Arctic willow
and
bush.
It is just going wild. This is only the second year of its growth. We're both from a farm background, and once you started digging in the dirt, well, it kind of all stays with you, even if you move into the city.
Most of what I've bought this year has been pink and purple.
I love red, though. I love the bee balm.
That's a pink potentilla, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I cut them down to about 10 inches every fall, or before they start growing in the spring. They make a really nice shrub.
This privacy fence over here, when it's blowing off the lake, it gives us some protection from that. So that's nice.
I did the landscaping with the crescent rocks along both sides. This year we added more shrubbery, a few little rock formations, and the shrubbery along the front of the house, that is all new too. We have a forsythia, we have a honeysuckle, we have a couple burning bushes right by the front door. That's what you want to create, a welcoming entrance.
I put that bench there because sometimes that's the only place where you can find some shade. We aren't out in the front here very much at all.
That's why we like the deck and the patio and the backyard. It's just kind of a
retreat.
Retreat, yeah.
I like to just enjoy the beauty of it.
Nice what you can do in a small space like that, and you know, with the years of experience that they've had gardening, I think that was just adorable.
Yeah, how cute is that our show, we have little 5-year-olds who are learning to garden, and we have people who've been married for 60 years that are still loving to garden.
Yeah.
So.
And we're having an early season, but we've got to congratulate them. That looked pretty good for the first week in April.
Good job, Dave.
That, of course, was late last summer.
We all know Dave and Doris, and thanks for the tour. Really nicely done.
Yeah, it is. Thank you to them. And we're heading back now to the Arrowhead Home and Builders Show, where we found some people who are brand new to gardening who are seeking some advice and inspiration. Here's Liz.
I'm actually a first-year gardener. I've never gardened before in my life. And so I'm trying to figure out an area in my yard that would be the best or the most suitable location to put the garden. What should I look for? And if I just am interested in planting regular vegetables like carrots, peas, beans, and maybe a variety of lettuces, where's the best place to start?
Boy, that's a great question. First-year gardener, and she's asking the right kind of questions. And you want to take a little look at their site, and then the big thing is sun versus shade and drainage. Those would be the 3 components she really wants to look at. She says, I'm just going to plant regular vegetables, but vegetables respond quite differently. She really, for the most part, wants a sunny location, And that's where anything that sets a fruit, whether it be a tomato or whether it be a pepper, anything that has seeds in it, a cucumber, they really require the full sun, full sunny areas. If you want to grow lettuce and if you want to grow beet greens or your carrots, root crops, they can take partial shade. So you kind of want to divide sunny versus shade and then kind of lay out your pattern based on that. It would not hurt to watch the sun as it moves in the course of the day, and that'll oftentimes give you a good idea. But sun, and then watch the drainage. That can be improved if it happens to be wet, but full sun for sun-loving crops and good drainage for everything.
All right.
That's great. And again, thanks to Liz, we really had to
twist her arm. She's like, I'm not a gardener. I want to be, but and it's like, well, I'm sure you'll have a good question. It was very articulate.
And
Thank you to
I'm going
her.
to watch this show from now on.
Here's a question from Michelle.
We do the container gardening on the deck, and that's one of the features, is my basil. But I keep struggling with the little white moths, the little white flies. And even though I use some natural products to try and stop it, it still seems to be an issue.
And Tom, I think we determined that these were aphids, maybe?
Yeah, she had a couple of pest problems going on, but aphids were the big problem. And we talked about trying to get them early in the season as they're just starting to show up on the plants. And she can, if she wants to go naturally, which is the direction she really wanted, to spraying them off with the garden hose or using something like insecticidal soap, certainly significantly before she's going to harvest that basil or use it to make pesto. But she can do that and have pretty good success keeping that population down. They respond pretty good to adverse.
That's right. You know, she might even, if she wants to stay completely organic, she could consider something like a spun polyester, a real light grade, so that you could good sun penetration. So there are a number of products. So just excluding things can be helpful, but being very careful about insecticides because you're going to be eating the basil and other herbs.
Yep.
Okay, I'm getting the high sign. We got to move on to Paul's question.
Down in Illinois, I used to grow tomatoes and get about a bushel of tomatoes per plant. And now that I'm up north, I'm lucky to get a couple dozen. So how do I grow a good tomato this far north?
I don't think a couple dozen's so bad.
Oh, come on.
What do you want?
What do you want?
Is it variety the main thing?
Variety selection is extremely important. You want to do everything you can. Full sun, make sure your NP and K, the nutrients are up there. But varieties, and for slicers, you know, we like everything from celebrity to sunstart to early girls. So there are a number of real good slicers. Short days, stay under 70 days to maturity is what he really wants to look for.
Let's take this question from Steve.
So my question to you is, what do I do with an azalea? My one white and yellow one comes up beautifully. The red one doesn't come up very well. Half of it comes up. What parts come up are beautiful, but it doesn't seem to want to fully leaf out or grow good.
Okay, Steve was talking about azaleas.
Azaleas, and he has two azaleas. He has one planted at about the same time. One of them's doing beautifully and beautiful white and yellow flowers. The other one was a red variety, and he has not gotten it to bloom. Mm-hmm. And we really talked about, again, it seems to be the underlying theme of the show this time is location.
Yeah.
And that red azalea that he has is in a really shady spot, and it has struggled in that spot. And we talked about maybe it's time to move that and try to get it into a little bit more sunlight because that white one is doing very, very well. So.
Okay. Just a couple questions that were called in I want to get to real quick. Marge in Duluth, the deer ate the leaves and buds off my rhododendrons. Will they still, overwinter, will they still flower?
Probably not,
okay.
But next year, so hang in there.
All right. Yeah. And Dean from Duluth has a 5-year-old asparagus patch, started with 5 plants, now only 3 left. What should I do to increase production?
Well, we got to assume that he doesn't have weed competition. We kind of want to know what's going on. Oftentimes, heavy soils, if he's got a clay and so forth, that patch begins to decline. They like lighter, sandier soils. It would be a good time right now, if that is the issue, to raise them up, raise those crowns up, and add some supplement, maybe not sand, but certainly some organic material, improve the drainage and replant them. You can do that right now.
Okay, thanks much. Well, we get inspiration from the photos we receive of flowers and foliage and the animal life it attracts. Here's this week's Grow and Show.
This dahlia in the brightest shade of pink is the perfect enticement for this hungry bee in the gardens of Phyllis Lorenzo in Hayward. Phyllis also grew this lush bouquet of lilies in last summer's landscape, and she found that the bees are fond of the flowers of the wild onion as well. Jacques Smith of International Falls shares his hanging pots of petunias, including this mix of the new night sky petunia. Jacques says he's hoping his crop of the favorite summer flower does as well this season as it did last. It was late summer when these Heliopsis climbed nearly as high as the porch in the yard of Ted Pellman and Kathy Loxo in Superior. Kathy also grew some lofty hollyhocks in pastels and shades of pink. If you have garden fare that's big or small, share it with us. Email your pictures to greatgardening@wdse.org and let us show what you grow.
Okay, a couple of calendar items coming up. We don't really have time to say much about them, but Spring Garden Extravaganza is going to be great. And so go to our website, link to St. Louis County. Bob's going to be there for 2 weeks.
Tom's going to join us for the
Oh,
session
good. You both are going to be
so
there.
we're gonna
Excellent.
Talk pollinators, bees, and all kinds of good things.
Go to wdse.org/gardening. We've got a bunch of events there for you to check out. But gosh, we're out of time. So Bob, Tom, thank you so much for all the great information and advice. We really appreciate it. As always, thank you to our phone volunteers, St. Louis County Master Gardeners. Remember, we'll be at the home show for the rest of the weekend. For all of you who sent us questions or even asked us at the home show, look for them next week. We'll get to them. We're gonna try really hard to get through them all. But at this point, we have to say goodnight. So from all of us here at Great Gardening, thanks for watching and enjoy the garden.